Randy Cole here with the NHRDA television. John Robinson, Texas Diesel Power, first ever diesel powered funny car. John, this year I know with the NHRDA is very successful for you. Division 2 champion, Division 5 champion. You came down to Phoenix, you won the Desert Diesel Nationals. You went up to Indianapolis, won the Fast Diesel Nationals at Indy. Also set our national record in top diesel category in both mile per hour and ET. Just lost it last week to Mr. Scheid there. Scheid's finally took over the mile per hour, but you still have the ET record. John's been out really promoting diesel motorsports in our community, but also has stepped over to the NHRA and is actually helping NHRA realize what can be happening with the diesel motor. Tell us a little bit about your events that you went to.
Correct. We did two divisionals, two Division 4 divisionals. Kind of got them used to it, I guess we'd say. Got it through tech inspection.
You were saying earlier, the first time they teched you, boy, there was four guys over the car. They didn't know what to do.
It was a mess. It was a mess. They you know, once we got them used to it, they're okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll get better as we go, as long as we don't get in there and do something stupid like roll the track down or you know, these guys gotta like us, so they're gonna run us off.
That is true.
But something the NHRA stuff is fun, but it is not near as fun as the diesel events. The brotherhood of diesel drag racing is still, we all know each other, we're all helping each other, we're all pulling for each other.
That is something. We're still at the grassroots level, you know.
Exactly, and they're a lot of fun. I mean, we're brothers out there.
Yeah, we are. We are a big family. You know, a lot of times I'll see where, you know, you may run Scheids or Dr. Performance or guys like that, and you know, once they go into those beams, you guys are enemies. But 300 feet, you know, 300 feet down, as soon as they hit the quarter mile, you guys are buddies again.
Right.
And I've seen more times, you know, a team will break a turbo or something, and you'll see another team, you know, have a spare turbo and set of injectors. But you are very right there.
Sure. We did that. Once we did get it into a national event, Bob Fry really wrote us some nice articles and some stuff on National Dragster. So we're a very little fish in a huge pond.
The people are starting to notice you. If you guys don't know, National Dragster is the official magazine for NHRA. It goes all out through the nation, and I believe you are the first ever diesel-powered vehicle to be interviewed in National Dragster.
I think,
has Dan made it in there?
I think they have.
Yeah, but that kind of exposure, again, is promoting what can happen in the diesel community.
Correct.
So, what have we done? I know last year we did this a little bit on the car. What upgrades have we done since last year?
We didn't change much. We really focused on keeping this car reliable, and it has been for the most part. We changed a few things on the transmission. We got that a little more reliable. Next year we'll be going to a set of triples.
Oh, triples were those?
Injections working on for us.
Wow, Brady and the boys out there coming out with triple turbos for you.
Yes, sir. We're gonna. I'm sure there'll be a little growing pains there, but we'll get it worked in.
I know the tranny was a big thing last year. Trying to find the right converter, trying to get the car to leave on time, especially in NHRA. You know, at a diesel event, you know, yes, you have a little more leeway, I guess you'd want to say, but when you go to an NHRA event, you've got guys, you know, that have been doing it for 20, 25 years, and those cars are leaving on the dime, so I know that was a hard thing for you to get through.
Oh, I'm not going to whoop up on those boys by any means. They've been doing this a long time, but we're just out there to have fun, and like I say, try to get more of them in there, into our organization.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It's important.
So, well, I know, you know, a big thing with an outfit like this, you rolling down the road, I mean, going out to Phoenix, going out to Indianapolis, going out to Florida, Texas, everywhere you go, it's a lot of money. And I know you've got a lot of people behind you. Do you want to touch on some of your sponsors?
Oh, Lord, yeah. We couldn't do it without them. I wasn't born wealthy, and if I don't have the money, I don't go racing. I stay at the house. That's as easy as it gets. But at least with this diesel thing, I am getting a lot more parts and sponsorships than I would if I had an alcohol funny car.
Yeah.
I know that. If I had an alcohol funny car, I wouldn't get as much as a spark plug given to me, and I know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the guys at Industrial have just been so patient, and their products are good. We couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
TCI Transmissions has, here again, been very patient, as well as Art Car. The working through the converter thing was, you were there.
You were getting frustrated, boy.
I was ready to burn this thing.
That is a hard thing, and the biggest thing that people don't realize a lot of times. I mean, you are breaking ground. You know, same thing about, you know, Dan Scheid when they went to that clutch system. I mean, there's not many people out there. In NHRA, you can go find guys from 20, 30 years ago and say this is how to do it.
Yeah.
And what we're doing right now, it's starting from ground zero.
Right.
So it's a recipe just to start out from zero. Does it work? Does it not work? Right. You know, the converter's getting burned down. So PCI and industrial, those guys sticking with it because I'm sure they get probably a little frustrated too.
Oh, sure they do. And how we convey our problems to them dictates what kind of performance we're going to get back.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our job to them is giving them good data.
Yeah, exactly. Who else? I see we were at Nitrous Express.
Yes, sir. Mike Woods, Nitrous Express. We've been running that stuff for years. It's down pat. You can actually now. Back when we all first started this, when we bought a nitrous system, we had to kind of jerry rig it and make it all work for diesels. They've got the stuff right off the shelf now. You just call them up, give them a credit card number, here it comes.
Is he Brad with Fast?
Oh yes. Always had Fast.
Yeah.
Did a great job. Molly Pistons. We do think we're going to pick up a little bit more of a sponsorship with them this year.
Yeah.
These steel pistons we've been running have been bulletproof. This is the third year on them.
Third
a year ago, yes sir.
Wow.
A year ago we actually blew the whole entire side out of the block and dusted the piston off, and here we went.
There you go.
It's right back in the car.
I see you got gear vendors in here.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Gear vendors couldn't do it without them. The RPM ranges that we're running, it keeps us from having to spin it at 65, 6200, which we all know how hard that gets on parts.
Exactly. What is your average shift point? I mean, a lot of people think of a diesel, they're still thinking we can't go over 3,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
This one's a little different under the hood of this one.
52. 52 is where we shift at. And we could wrap it a little higher, but like I say, the reliability, we still have to keep that in mind.
And that's a big thing this year. You know, we've been preaching to everybody in the Pro Street category and Super Street category, top diesel. I mean, it is important to be able to go rounds. It's important to be able to go out and qualify and not break and come back out. A lot of guys have everything set on kill mode. In my opinion, back her down a little bit where you know you can run hard and run rounds, because if you don't go rounds, we're kind of destined to sometimes, you know, people keep on thinking we're the one hit wonder. You know, you run an 8-second one time and you're done, but out there in Texas, you went round after round. It was actually having a ball watching you.
Oh sure, had a good time.
And the grin on your face every time you come back, and everything was good and packed to shoot and getting ready to go again.
Check the oil, maybe just check the tires and do it again.
What's 2010? We know it's going to come down to bike tires.
2010, we're going to do y'all's national events, of course, and then we're going to try to do 3 NHRA nationals now that we've gotten a great points and got in there and going. But really looking forward to it. I know y'all's schedule isn't in stone yet.
Not yet.
It's gonna
it will be in a couple weeks.
Y'all let us know. We'll be glad to be there.
And that's another important part I just want to bring up really quick. You know, John is licensed through the NHRA, and that's something guys need to think about. As you start getting faster, it's no longer a hobby. You break in that 9 seconds, you need to be getting your physical, learning how to drive vehicles, being licensed, because that's a big thing right now. You know, going fast is one thing, doing it right is another thing. And if you look at the way John's dressed and the way his whole team's dressed, the way they come out, you guys are looking for sponsorship. You've already learned you got to play the part. I mean, have your team in matching uniforms, have your truck and trailer looking nice. You know, keep the vehicle nice and clean on display. So
I'm very proud to say we've never lost a sponsor. Every sponsor that we've ever had has stayed with us and re-upped every year. The key to doing that, I think, has been our communication with our sponsors. We do not take their money and go have fun on it. I'm not here looking for somebody to pay for me to go party. It's a business, and that's the way we run this car. That's what it takes.
It does. Well, John, I want to thank you. Again, we're at SEMA 2009. John Robinson, Texas Diesel Power. Look for him in 2010. He'll probably be out to our Indy event for sure. Check our national schedule. We're going to have 26 events throughout the United States and 6 national events. And you can also get John at texasdieselpower.com.
Yes, sir.
Is that your website? So if you want to get a hold of John, have some questions, go ahead and email him. Thanks, and back to you, Chris.